Hello, Adam. Good morning. Mike here. I'm doing a YouTube video for you because it's much easier than writing everything down for you because it's easy for me to show you options. So, so this is what you sent me. It's a Elgin, of course, movement with a cool Elgin dial on it. It has that neat vintage look, and who wouldn't love that dial? I love it with some fine spade hands on there. And what you have here, what you bought, is let's talk about. So the movement is no good as far as being fixable. The balance stop is broken. It's just it's easier to pick these up on eBay, which need to be cleaned, have a good balance. And what I probably would have you do is I'll give you some instructions here, and you can look for something on eBay. I don't have time to look for you, but if you want to pursue this yourself, I will help you. So you look for a zero size Elgin, and you want a Model 1. Okay, this dial will only fit on a Model 1, not a Model 2. I'm going to go ahead and take the movement out. This is a Model 2 Elgin movement. Let me see if I got one. I'll show you the difference. The Model 1s are easy to distinguish. The reason you want a Model 1 is so that the feet on the dial will line up in the holes and be correct. When you're looking at a Model 1, it's easy to distinguish. 1, 2, 3 pivot holes are in this bridge right here. 1, 2, 3. And there's only one pivot hole for the center wheel here. And then, of course, this is the mainspring barrel. So we can keep the dial and the hands, and for your next movement that you find, if you so desire to pursue. Now, let me hold on. I'm going to grab a Model 1 to show you the difference. Oh, okay, got one right here. So the Model 1, 2, okay, so you want a Model 1 Elgin, okay, a zero size Model 1 Elgin, okay. And you can find them on eBay and look at the description. If they say good balance, stuff like that, then that's something you want to bid on. But you're going to show me first, and I'm going to tell you to keep up with it, to stay with it, if that's worth it. So a Model 2 Elgin, which that dial will not fit, looks much different. And the big difference is that it has two bridges like the other one, bridge 1, bridge 2. But these only have two holes in this bridge, okay? That's the escape wheel and the fourth wheel pivot, okay? And so they look totally different. So either that or the other way to find out is to take the serial number there and go to pocketwatchdatabase.com, pocketwatchdatabase.com, see the serial number, but you can distinguish those two. They look completely different. Model 1, Model 2. Okay, you need to find a movement, and I will help you bid or buy one if it's ready to buy. So on eBay, so you can say, "Hey, Mike, should I get this?" And I'll say, "Yeah, bid on it." Or I might say, "Don't go any higher than this," or "Yeah, offer $35." So the zero size movement. I mean, you're gonna, for a good movement to put this dial on, you're going to spend, so let's just talk some numbers. So you're going to spend, I don't know, $30 to $40, and then I'm going to service it, and that's going to cost $60. So that'll give you an idea of what that, so you want a movement running, that's what it's going to cost. The trick is to find the movement that you need, but I can help you. I will help you out along the way. So the movement came in this that you bought, but it's missing a bezel where the glass goes, and it doesn't have a back on it. It did come with a crown and a stem and a sleeve in there. So the zero size cases are my most difficult thing that for me, because I love the zero sizes, because there's so many things that I can do to get the look right and work with them and all this. You're going to have, so you need to look for a zero size movement or a zero size Elgin in another case, because this case will not move. I'm going to switch gears. This case is missing the bezel and the back. So let me tell you this. I was looking through my junk, and I don't keep zero cases unless they're kind of totally beat, and then I don't restore them. But I keep them around. So I've got this zero size case. I got a zero size case, this one, which is kind of, it just needs some cleaning. It's, the basic base metal stuff. And then this bezel will fit on top of it. Yeah, you can see that it's just, it's just like chrome, chromium, whatever. It's got some scratches, but I can bump them, And I've got a back that's actually pretty ratty too, but I could smooth these things out and they don't look bad. Besides, you don't see the back. So I have a case. Let's put it together. And we'll take your crown out and the stem and use that. In this case, I think that's enough case tube for me to make it work. I'm making pretty strong promises right now, but these things are always works in progress until you get all the parts together. It's just like an old car. Until you get all the parts together and then you start working them together, you figure out what's going to work. So if we did that, if you want to have this case, I'll give you this case. But let's just talk about, so that fits on there. Actually does clip nicely. And the back fits on there. Yeah, I think I did this last night. I think the back will stay on. The back fits on there. So you get it all together and then you put a crystal on. So let's talk what things cost for me to put a crystal. So if you decided to do this, blah, 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 let's talk. So a crystal to be put on this is $20. To fit the crown, to buff up the case, I would do it just I could do it for like, I don't know, $15-20. We'll have the case ready. Make it look cleaner, put a crystal on for $20. I have those size crystals. And then if you find a movement, whatever the cost of movement, plus then I have to clean and service it. And hopefully it's a workable movement. Now, what I will tell you is that I get things like, I'll get, for example, this is an old Waltham. So I get these and I buy them, and the description is balance is good, which is for me is encouraging, and I also have certain people that I buy them from, and so I know who's reliable and who's not. So, but I will tell you that part of the deal is nothing is cut in stone. So if you get a movement, says good balance, seems like it's serviceable, or even running, you could still get them, and that person who sold you, when you clean it and everything, you'll find out if there's any damage to the balance, like it's broken. Things start to arise, just like an old car. You start taking things apart, and then when you start cleaning, you realize, needs a new bearing, needs this, needs that. We're talking cars, but when you're talking about watches, that's why it's important to find a good, workable movement first, and then we'll take the rest from there. So that's the nuts and bolts of what you want to do. I got excited many years ago about doing all this stuff, especially with pocket watches. That's why I got hooked. And then I realized how much everything costs. And then I loved doing it all, that I, figured all this stuff out. But in a nutshell, the process is time consuming. And sometimes I'll work on something for 2-3 months because it just takes time to find parts. So you have the basis here. Love this dial. That kind of stuff excites me because I know what you can do with that whole look. You can change the band, and make it look like this. These are, if you chose this case, these are only 16 millimeter lugs, but there's all kinds of options for that kind of stuff. Like, hold on, let me grab my junk here, stuff out. So here's a nylon NATO band. Look at let's do it this way. We can do it. You see that? You know that. What a change it makes just to change the band. So you're having fun. You're putting together parts to create a look. Let me grab one more. Hold on, I might shake the camera. Whoops. So like this one, this is chocolate brown. There's another Beto band. Look how that changes the whole look. So this is the fun that you're probably experiencing right now with creating something old and vintage. And that desire that you're having, whatever's happening there, is the thing that got me going at the very beginning. But I just want you to understand the process and that things are going to cost. And sometimes, I mean, I could show you things that I thought were a sure thing. And, you spend $50-$60 on something and it turns out not to work. And that's part of the vintage watch process and getting things to run. So, Adam, I hope I answered all your questions. And you can respond to me just by, I'm going to give you my email. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that on YouTube. So anyway, I'm going to respond to you on your email that you sent me in the message. And so that way you'll have my email and we can respond back and forth through the email. And so I will. So there you go. So after watching this, any questions? We're gonna talk through the email, or ultimately we could talk on the cell phone. I mean, I'm open to that if you want to talk about that. And that's cool too. We can do FaceTime video or something like that. Anyway, Adam, all right. 11 minutes and 30 seconds. Thank you and have a wonderful Sunday. Glorious Lord's Day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I want to stop.